Another one on Jeff Sessions. First thing that America, all us deplorables, okay? We have to be Americans from now on. Or, if you want a free ride, go somewhere else. Because we're done. We don't have any money anymore. We're out of dough. Barack Obama and you guys spend it all. It's gone. We can't get any more dough. If you print it, it's just stupidity. The money supply is important in this country. And I can remember one day in my econometrics made a massive calculus with economics. I have a double major, so I'm just going to tell you. My thoughts about a lot of what's happened in the last year and a half. And it's actually been since Clinton, okay? Since I first met him in Tyson's Foods boardroom when he just walked in on a meeting we were having with the chairman of the board and his staff. And Bill Clinton just walked in the door. Like, he doesn't have to ask to come in. He just walks in. Well, maybe our meeting we didn't want him to hear about. Okay? But it didn't matter. He was just coming in to make sure the deal was done. And later, sitting with some Tyson's Food people, while I wasn't invited to a senior meeting, and we were just sitting by a lake. They have 3 homes on Beaver Lake, nice, stocked, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, stocked, nice. So we were just sitting down by the lake, having some cocktails. I just asked one of the guys, I said, hey, what, this guy that came in today? Oh, it's the governor here. Oh, okay. I'd never really seen Bill Clinton before. I didn't really know who he was. I didn't study a lot of that kind of stuff back then, okay? So when the guy, I said, well, what did he come in and say? He said, is the deal done? What was it? He said, well, this is, we'll just bullshit about it, okay? This is a governor that wants to run for president, and he wants 0 unemployment in Arkansas. So he's figured out he's 20,000, or he's about 20,000 short of being totally employed. And what he does is he goes to those 4 major companies, and I only know 3 of them. One was Tyson Food, the other was J.B. Hunt, the other was Walmart. So, what Clinton had to trade, which is so important to so many companies because it costs lots of money, and usually these services are controlled by certain families around the United States, okay? Getting rid of hazardous waste or trash service has always been connected, okay? So, they pay an exorbitant fee to get rid of their hazardous waste. Well, what does a chicken factory have hazardous waste? Chicken poop. It's hazardous to put into the water. You have to do something to get rid of it. You can't just shovel it into a truck and then go dump it somewhere. Okay? So, what Tyson's deal was, is they had access on a federal road that has a gate. They got the key to the lock, and they could drive their trucks to the edge of the water. This was a landing for federal people, so they could put boats into the water. So they'd just back their truck up, the big dump truck, and then just dump chicken shit in the river. Very Talking about climate change, that's much more pollution than climate change is, okay? So, they got to do that for a couple of years, so they hired 5,000 new employees. It worked for them. Loss ratio, it cost the same, didn't matter. So, they went to J.B. Hunt. What does a big trucking firm have that they have to get rid of hazardous? Used oil. You can't just go dump that somewhere. Well, Bill Clinton gave them access to a federal facility that they could bury their hazardous waste in. And they hired 5,000 new employees. Rhino had something to do with Hillary being on the board. And the last one, I don't know who it was. But doing business in Arkansas with Tyson, who was one of the hugest companies in Arkansas, then we met a lot of people, okay? And a lot of times, the defense company that we were very involved with, once Democrats were in power, defense came under their wing. So, the other times that I've met Bill Clinton personally, my father was a general partner at a country club, and we had two $5,000 plate fundraisers for Bill Clinton and Al Gore at our country club. Very nice. Okay, all wood. It's a nice place. Okay, so, and the people that were there were all the movers and shakers of the area. And at the time, we had the two largest defense firms, McDonnell Douglas and General Dynamics. Both world headquarters were in St. Louis. Monsanto's world headquarters, Pfizer's, okay. There's so many of the really important firms to our government were in St. Louis. We were connected to one of the defense firms, General Dynamics, and then there were other people, other insurance brokers. We had a 10-man team. We were all experts in different things. Mine was mathematics. I could talk to engineering. I'm a chemical engineer and a scientist in economics. So I could bullshit with anybody. And I knew all the buzzwords and all that kind of thing that you need to know. That's one of the reasons I was hired. Plus, people said I'm a good salesperson. I proved that in a retail position when the video industry first took off. I worked in a store. I came home for the summer from college, did my engineering degree, and I got a job as a cashier at this place. I was making $25 an hour because video was so hot. If you knew anything about it, I was the cashier behind the desk. Somebody come up to the desk and say, "Hey, what about that big screen right there? What about that VCR?" And I'd say, "Hey, it costs this." I'd sell it. Well, I started selling more than the salespeople, and they started getting angry because I was a cashier. So, instead of going back to school, I chose a different path for a little while. I went from cashier to part-time salesman to full-time salesman to assistant manager to manager in a year. Why? Because I was dedicated, and my store led our district, which is Chicago and Kansas City. We led every store in this district. We had 3 in St. Louis. And you put their numbers combined and double them, and then you got our numbers. Why were we so superior? I went to every store in the mall and had somebody try to sell something to me. And if I was at Tom McCann's, I can remember that one. The guy was selling me some shoes. He's great. I said, "Hey, you want to make triple what you make here?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, come down and see me." And I hired him. Now, a lot of the managers in the mall would get kind of angry because I took their best people, but so I was trying to get the best people for my store.